day. From U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's Week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports.
U.S. Bank Stadium holds just under 70,000 spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. Today, it's Week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
And it's funny how we always talk about how analytics are starting to creep into the game. One analytic that's been there for a long time, teams that start 0-3 usually don't make the playoffs. So we know one quarterback today that's determined to end that slide right now. It's not impossible, but this is a must-win for him and his team.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Blitz coming, and down he goes. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything. 2nd and 15. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
9-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
It's a 39-yard punt, and good coverage means a loss on the return. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of a season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
Now here's a throw that's taken in by Tajay Sharp. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Granted, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
But we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam, puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion. Really good pickup.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
That's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Down by Sean Davis.
Forced out to his left, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. It's their quarterback with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And the last drive, their 1st drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. They'll look to throw here. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
We dominate today. 34.
And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
And the Bears 1st down.
And again this time for the tailback. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now 2nd and 9 from the 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Incomplete. Cole Kmet, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. This Minnesota D up to the task on the 3rd down pass play. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
7. Bears 3.
So they've put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, to let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, well,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now Cook. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a first down on a gain of 10. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back, and sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
A good pick up there at 22.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Rolling to his right. That is caught. It's Tajay Sharp. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And his top speed, as computed by Next Gen Stats, not bad. He was pushing 20 miles an hour. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter, out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Now the try here for the point after. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's polished off by a Viking score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. 25-yard line. The Chicago offense set to get started. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. He's at the 30, 10, touchdown, Chicago. John Ross, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears are able to show off their quick strike ability. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation. Knowing when it exists to go to it, they did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, get that water break and get on out there and play.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Complete. Jefferson the target. There he goes right side. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Justin Jefferson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And the next-gen stats are going to tell the story, and wow, what a story it is. Nearly a full 23 miles an hour. One of the fastest plays on record, folks. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. 25-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
2nd and 7.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
7 yards.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
The Bears on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Going to let one fly for Robinson.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
It's now 2nd and 10.
And that'll be incomplete. Cole Kmet, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Incomplete. Harrison Smith on the coverage.
Back to throw again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This would have been a 54-yard boot had they tried a field goal, but they will not try a field goal. They're going for it. Again, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. They'll look to throw again. And he's unable to haul it in. So it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field. And that brings up fourth.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like...
He's got a man, complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That goes for a gain of 31. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw, and he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Khalil Mack, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here, back-to-back sacks.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the lead now 11, 24-13. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit.
All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. So here are the Vikings to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. They go play action here on first down. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield, and he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
Coverage on the play by Kyle Fuller.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, they trail by a couple of scores, but if they could put a good drive together here and go a long way toward getting them back in this football game.
And if you're looking at a checklist of things that they need to do in the second half, job number one was getting a stop, wasn't it? So big check right there. Now they want to see if their offense can build on that momentum.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Gain on the play brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He'll get this complete into the hands of Riley Ridley. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Oh, and now he bowls him over. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And 3 yards there takes them to the 45.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Cook. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And 11 at the Bears' 43-yard line.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
Now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. He'll look to throw. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. It's their quarterback. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first down.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
A loss of 7 yards.
Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Now this one complete on the slant route. He's at the 50, 30, the 20. Touchdown, Chicago. John Ross, 82 yards. And the Bears cut into that lead. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Now after the touchdown, ready to boot it away, Riley Dixon. Yeah, that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Try to fire up that Alvin Cook. And down with a mark call. But all for naught. Up here with a 1st and 20. Hold of the 30. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 85 yards. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible. And he puts it through. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And that is incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Returnable for Thomas. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return.
At their own 38-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. They'll run on 1st down. It's Cook, and he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On second down now, it's Cook, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead.
Could not block that one any better. Everyone was accounted for, and a great surge by the offensive line.
Point after, right down the middle, and they open the lead up now to 25. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Intended for Tajay Sharp. Incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Bears will get the football back. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 26-yard line.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. The Bears on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. 9 yards. So they dial up the blitz on 3rd and inches. It pays off.
And frankly, they were probably dialing up a run blitz, expecting him to run it in that situation. But instead, they end up back at the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Here's Thomas on the return. That'll go as a 39-yard punt, give him 9 on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
11 yards there, 1st down.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
37-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This from 54 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Chicago offense set to get started.
Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down.
At the 25-yard line.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
On first down, Cook. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about. So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. That is caught at the 7. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. You can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to. Because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better. I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you leave it. And he lost the football. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
Let's go. And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time,
after reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Partner, they're less than 2 minutes to go in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellas in New York.
And if you're the coach, you're thinking, thank you, New York. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This is caught inside the 15. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10.
Hey, baby, this ain't good enough for us.
I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
They'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. 3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Now back to throw. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand.
That one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Minnesota, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.